And good morning, welcome back to the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. Now, here's what we want you to do. We want you to go to YouTube, search Out of Bounds Sports, and watch this segment because we have Jack Bourgeois on the show with Key City Beer out of Vicksburg. It's one of our beer partners. We're excited to have them. They're local. They brew great beer. We've had them he and Zach in a couple of months ago before. But we're behind the bar right now, which is fun. That's why we built this place. And this will be our Key City Beer segment. Local beer. You got NFL this weekend, college basketball. You're going to be cooking on the grill, having a good time. And you can pair it with any of the wonderful Key City beers. Fleetway Market is one of our awesome sponsors. They have Key City Beer, over 20 locations in the state of Mississippi. But you can find it at grocery stores and other supermarkets and beer stores, Barley's, and of course the Keg House. I had a O'Hanrahan at the Keg House on Monday. So we want to welcome in Jack Bourgeois with Key City Beer, and we're going to try some beers. Go to YouTube, search Out of Bounds Sports, and you can watch all this nonsense. Jack, good morning. How you doing, buddy?
Dude, could be better, man. Appreciate you having me back.
Well, we're glad you're here. And first, how about your Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Oh man, couldn't be more excited to be here right now. I've always been a Baker fan, even as a Texas Longhorns fan. I've always been a Baker fan. Kind of hard to not root for the man. That moxie that he's got, it's just that's what you want in a quarterback.
Yeah.
And I was saying it all year that he was going to have a stellar year, and I believed in it, and it came true. But yeah, we're 80 million in the cap right now, or minus 80 million in the cap. So the Bucs have no reason to be where we're at right now. So playing with house money at this point.
Are we wondering if his mic's on?
I'll just turn it up.
All right, Out of Bounds, ESPN. It's not on. Oh, is it gone?
I think it might be.
All right, don't worry about that. Let's just put him over there. Or I'll give him this, and I'll go over there. We're good. All right. Out of Bounds, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. Jason may be on probation after this. Here. All right, I'm going to give you this.
That's an audible.
It is an audible. It is an audible, and we'll do it. All right. So let's start over so that people can hear the man, the myth, and the legend, Jack Bourgeois with Key City Beer out of Vicksburg. Real quick, Jack, how about your Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Oh man, couldn't be more excited to be here right now. Negative 80 million in the cap, so we're playing with house money. Baker Mayfield is balling right now this last week, and I'm excited. We'll see. It's a big test going into Detroit, though.
Yeah. There's two great stories with the Buccaneers and the Lions. Like you said, with the resurgence of Baker and with what Dan Campbell's done in Detroit. My son, by the way, is a Tampa Bay fan. Pre-Brady.
Same.
Tampa Bay
Hated
fan.
Brady my whole life up until a few years ago.
Right.
Got to preface that.
And so I have to tell people that he was all fired up when they beat the Eagles blowout.
Yeah.
This past weekend. All right, so Jack, we're gonna showcase four of your beers.
Yes, sir.
Four of the Key City beers today, and open and pour us some, and then I'm gonna take the other mic maybe over to Jason so that he can switch out the batteries. But if you would tell our listeners which one you're gonna do first.
All right.
And then kind of share what kind of beer it is and what it tastes like. How about that?
Yes, sir. Love to. All right. So to get started, we are Key City Brewing out of Vicksburg, Mississippi. This is our Blonde Ale Mississippi Queen. It is our top seller in the market right now. It is a blonde ale, easy drinking. What I like to call this is our introductory beer to the craft beer market. So you start somebody off that likes a Bud Light or a Mick Ultra, and you end up getting them onto the Queen, and then from there they're drinking O'Hanrahan's Curse or a double IPA. Within a few weeks or a few months. We've definitely noticed a big, massive change, and we've turned Vicksburg into a craft beer drinking town, and it's something we are very, very proud of. So we've raised craft beer sales over 200% in the town of Vicksburg. So that is our blonde ale. Fresh bread, biscuity. If you've ever had dough in the oven and you open that up, that very first whiff you get, that's what you get on the nose. Finishes with like almost an unripe strawberry, a little sweetness on the back end. Love our beer for the simple fact that we pull out all the excess gluten, yeast, protein. It makes all that beer really easy, crisp, clean, crushable is something that transitions through all of our beers. Makes it all very easy drinking, but it doesn't give you that bloated feeling. So
Right.
we've eliminated that.
Oh, I like that.
It's one of my favorite parts. You can drink a double IPA with a steak dinner for the first time ever, or a stout in the summer and not feel gross or bloated or have it be syrupy and thick and heavy in your gut.
Okay.
So,
all right.
cheers.
So, cheers to the Key City, Mississippi Queen.
Cheers.
All right.
Vicksburg's beer.
Jack Bourgeois in the house with Key City Beer. If you're looking to try a new craft beer, and as Jack said, they have beers that are easy on the palate. I think a lot of people get scared away sometimes from craft beer because they think they're going to like peel their tongue off.
Yeah.
From being hoppy or something like that. The guys that are doing, and maybe 15 years ago out of the gate, there was, all of that, but they have super drinkable beers. And then they've got ones for the hop heads and the guys, men and women who can't get enough of that. So it's kind of a diverse portfolio, right, Jack?
Exactly. Took the words right out of my mouth. We got a little bit of something for everything, whether it's our sours, our stouts, our lagers, especially in-house. If you're a big lager drinker, you like that crisp, clean, refreshing characteristics to your beer, definitely got to come in and try. Our Mississippi is one of our Pilsners. We call it your honey to do beer, your mow your lawn beer. You can drink them all day out in the sun and never feel it. It won't hurt you the next day. But yeah, we got a little bit of something for everybody.
All right, so this is your big dog. You've got three great sellers. You've got some others. You've got the seasonals and so on. But for our listeners, Key City, Mississippi Queen, Blonde Ale, phenomenal beer. We've got it over there on tap. And it's great for NFL or college hoops. All right, so let's go to beer number 2.
Beer number 2
by Key City.
We're going to go with our O'Hanrahan's Curse, which is our Irish red ale. Anybody in Mississippi of a certain age demographic remembers Killian's?
Yeah.
Back in the day. That was kind of like the first craft beer in everybody's memory. It definitely left the market and it left a massive void. A red ale is something me and Zach love unintentionally. We had no idea about Killian's when we got here to Mississippi, but we kind of hit the nail on the head from what we've been told in the market. So this is our O'Hanrahan's Curse Irish Red Ale.
That's my favorite beer. I mean, I love the Mississippi Queen, but the one that Jack is pouring right now is my favorite Key City beer. And Jason told me about it, I guess, a few months ago.
Yeah, that's one that I actually sold a lot of when I was in the restaurant. Okay. And people, they were like, "Oh, this is local. Is it good?" I said, "I'll be right back. I'm going to go taste it." Yeah. And so then once I did that, I sold it like hotcakes. That and the Death on Two Legs, I sold that like crazy.
Okay. So tell us a little bit more about this O'Hanrahan, which I love, and you can find it at many, many restaurants and stores, including Fleetway Market. I know that the Keg House in Ridgeland has it on tap.
Greg says it's his top-selling beer in there, believe it or not.
I love it.
He told me that at one point. It changes month to month.
Sure.
Definitely depending on the weather, but this is a great winter beer. It's a great all year-round beer, but especially those toffee, roasty, caramel notes just kind of warm you up during these cold weather seasons.
This beer is perfect with, I'm a big cigar smoker.
Oh, yeah.
This beer is perfect with an Oliva V or a Liga Privada or a Fuente beer. If you're watching the Bucks and the Lions or the Texans and the Ravens or the Packers and the 49ers this weekend. So this is the Key City O'Hanrahan, and it's a red ale. Did I get that right?
Yes, sir. Irish red ale, but yeah.
Irish red ale.
Red ale.
I can't leave that out.
It's one of my favorite beers to actually cook with. So I like deglazing pans.
Yes.
Cooking steaks with this. Pairing steak dinners with this. It's one of my favorites.
Pour a little of that in the cast iron.
Exactly.
Yeah, I didn't even.
What I did.
Dude.
Some onion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No doubt.
That's insane.
Especially
That's a different level.
It is. Especially if you're searing up like a pork tenderloin at the end. Pour a little bit of it. Yeah. That's how long have y'all had this out, Jack?
Oh man, since we've opened, basically, Mississippi Queen was the very first beer that Zach's done. I wasn't here exactly when Curse came into play, but I know it was within the first year.
Okay.
So we're coming up on, we're 7 years deep now.
6. And how long have you been with Key City?
4 years actually to the day, almost to the day. Yeah, we're celebrating my 1x4 anniversary.
Okay.
For Key City.
Today?
Yeah, I think it is today. It's either today is the day I moved to Mississippi 4 years ago, or the day I started.
That is
Key City.
awesome.
I'm trying to think of what.
We're glad you're here.
We love being here, man.
Well, the people, like the restaurants and the keg house and all the people that we know, talk about what a great job you do servicing accounts, educating people on Key City beer and craft beer. So you and Zach got it going on. Kudos to you. You obviously take your job serious. You have fun, but you take it serious and you do it right. You take care of people, and that's awesome. And that's why we're glad to be partnered with you. So this is the Key City O'Hanrahan Irish Red Ale.
Irish Red Ale.
And it is delicious. For anybody out there in the restaurant business, bar business, you want to pick this beer up. Jason?
No, it's a go-to. Like, I think that people like it most pairing it with food-wise, with like meat.
Yeah.
Like if you have
lamb,
yeah,
pork tenderloin, steak, an unbelievable cheeseburger, obviously, among many other things.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I love cooking with these beers, especially because of that double IPA, something you could never have with a steak dinner before. So it just makes it a little bit different. You're able to pair styles of beer with dishes that you've never been able to do before, or I've never been able to do before. Obviously, there's beer out there that uses a product called Clarity Firm that pulls all that stuff out and makes that beer as crisp and clean and crushable. But Zach was the first one to introduce me to it, and I've had some really good beer in my life, but I like to say I have the easiest job in Jackson because all I have to do is show this product off.
I love it. Hey, something else. He was talking about cooking with this, and he's right. You can even use it as a marinade or while you're cooking, as far as the O'Hanrahan Irish Red Ale from Key City. But you can also pour just a shot or two of this in a Tito's Vodka Bloody Mary, and it takes the acidity off.
Oh,
the Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
Now the next,
I've tried it this weekend.
Yeah, it's a game changer. But you also could do that with his oatmeal stout. But we're going to get to that in just a minute.
You want me to grab that one? And the other one's still in the fridge.
Yeah, is that?
I gave you a mixed pack right here, so.
Okay. Cool.
We'll pop one of these off and then compare and contrast with the specialty beer.
I love it.
But before we get there, Death on Two Legs?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, so Jack Bourgeois is in the house. You can watch the show on YouTube. Search Out of Bounds Sports. We're celebrating Mississippi entrepreneurs and Key City beer out of Vicksburg. We want you to go to Fleetway Market or wherever you like to shop. And if they don't have Key City, make sure to ask for it. But they're in hundreds of accounts around here, and I see it everywhere. And I was in the keg house on Monday, and they had all kinds of Key City beers on tap, including the O'Hanrahan Red Irish Ale. What do we got now, Jack Bourgeois?
All right, double IPA, Death on Two Legs, the infamous Death on Two Legs. It is a 9.5% double IPA, true traditional style IPA, very citrus forward, but not on the hazy side. So there's a lot of beers out there in the market. Southern Prohibition does crowd control, and it is an amazing beer. One of my favorite beers, the beer I drank everywhere else I was at before we got into the market. But that leans on the hazy side. There's a couple other ones. They lean hazy. Zach coming from Southern California, IPA, where a lot of people say the IPA capital of the world. Some people disagree.
Sure.
But yeah, having a degree in brewing from down in Southern California, you should probably know how to do IPAs, and this is definitely Zach's specialty.
Well, Jason loves this beer. All right, here we go. Death on Two Legs.
Death on Two Legs.
IPA, Key City Brew.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Thank you. We appreciate that. It's citrus forward. Like I said, you almost get marmalade. I always tone it to expressed lemon. When you get that lemon zest, that's what I get on the nose. But super easy drinking. dangerous, and that's why it is Death on Two Legs. The majority of our beers are song references, lyrics, titles. Mississippi Queen obviously referenced Vicksburg in the second line of the song. That had to be the name of it. And then Death on Two Legs is actually a Queen song. So again, just paying homage to the music we love.
That is so cool.
This
is Jason's favorite, I think. Or
yes, no, that's my favorite. That's my number one.
Henry. Okay.
The one that we are gonna pour here in a little bit, the oatmeal stout, is like a close two, but Death on Two Legs, that's a man's beer. That's like you're sitting there, you're having like a big burger with cheese, bacon. You're having a good lunch, and you want a solid beer that's going to put some hair on your chest.
Yeah.
That's the one right there.
And you're all about hair on the chest.
Exactly. What am I going to do? Tiptoe around? No thanks.
No.
I want a burger and a big beer.
Okay.
And
so
Death on Two Legs is the one to go for.
I love it's like we talk about big wine, all that. All right. So big beer, Key City, Death on Two Legs, IPA. And that is fantastic. Jason says you go to a local place, you order an unbelievable cheeseburger, and you pair it with Key City's IPA. Now, the only thing better than us drinking beer with Jack Bourgeois with Key City beer this morning is for Jack if Tampa Bay goes up to Detroit this weekend and Baker throws for 3 touchdowns and Tampa Bay escapes with the win. Now, weren't you tied in with the NFL in some way, shape, or form, or sports analytics?
Yeah, that's actually, believe it or not, what moved me out here. So again, 4 years ago was right about when COVID happened. So I moved out here and was buying a house as COVID happened. Ripe old age of 18, chose that money path and went the construction route like the rest of my family. At a certain age, I decided to change course. I went back to school for sports analytics. Started a company called Blitzalytics. We were working directly with the NFL. John Gruden actually got us a credentialed media outlet within the first 6 to 8 months of opening up this company, which is unheard of. So I had photographers on the sidelines and writers and scouts in the press box, and we were scouting and working for Sports Illustrated. We wrote a book, did all these beautiful things, amazing things, and I was traveling out to SEC territory so often. Getting to visit the family in Vicksburg and really fell in love with Mississippi. But Jackson, Mississippi, believe it or not, is the most centrally located spot in all of football. So it made the decision really easy. So within a day's drive, you can be to more NFL teams and college teams than anywhere else in the country. So it just made sense because traveling with a bunch of media equipment, which I'm sure you know, gets expensive. It gets really expensive. I spent more money that year on travel than I did on my mortgage probably the last 2 or 3 years combined.
Sure.
So yeah, it makes a big difference living out here in Mississippi.
So you just hit on something, and we'll get into this beer real quick. I've been saying that for years. We're in the heart of the SEC West, even though we're going to no divisions. So State, Ole Miss, Bama, LSU, all 2.5 hours or less.
Yep.
Saints, less than 3 hours. Cowboys and Falcons, less than 6 hours. You just nailed it. And Auburn, less than 6 hours. Great. I'm glad you brought that up. All right, Jack Bourgeois, Key City Brewery. In the house on the Out of Bounds show. Watch on YouTube, search Out of Bounds Sports. Jack, what are we doing next?
All right, next we're going to move into...
You may need another cup.
Yep, I'm going to need 2 more. But I got this oatmeal stout Moonchild. This beer actually won Best 12-ounce can design, voted on by 620 worldwide breweries at the Craft Beer Awards, or Craft Beer Conference this year.
Wow.
Something we're very proud of. Zach's cat is actually on the label there. So his cat's name's Luna. So Luna, Moonchild. But yeah, we did good on this one. Stouts are beers that I like to drink year-round. And in the South, it's really hard to do that. This one you can do that. You can drink these in the pool, and it doesn't make you feel gross. It's not thick and heavy and syrupy. It makes just a really, really big difference. But this beer over the last 2 months has shot up over 500% in sales in the Jackson, Central Mississippi area. As soon as that cold weather hit, this beer became the beer to have. It's definitely the beer I'm drinking outside of some of the specialty beers that we have in-house. But right now, a stout in this 10-degree weather that we're dealing with in Mississippi can't get any better.
I'm all in. You got me?
Yeah. You know what I was thinking? We've been talking about these beers are great to cook with too. Pour a little bit of that stout if you're like in the crock pot doing short ribs or a roast or something like that.
There you go.
Just a little bit of that stout.
There you go.
That sounds delicious.
We got to get Jack to try.
Try
Okay.
it.
All right. Hang on just a second, man. I'm just going to pour this right here because why not?
Let's do it.
This is deer poppers
Okay.
wrapped in boar's head bacon.
Okay.
And so it's Cajun deer sausage wrapped in boar's head bacon with some Carolina barbecue meat sauce from the local
I'm all
farmer's
for it.
market. And we're pairing it with, tell me what this is again?
Oatmeal stout moonchild.
Moonchild. Okay.
I mean, I was in
All
a
right,
deer
do
stand yesterday, so I know I look like I'm from California, but
Dude, I love it. We've got to do this. We got to pair this with this.
that is delicious.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. Is that the verdict? It's all good?
All right, here we go. Wow. All right.
That does pair very well.
Does it really?
That's unbelievable, isn't it? Mhm. Jason, I got to give you props. Tell everybody again what you cooked.
So I did Cajun deer sausage bites, cut them up in pieces, wrapped them in little pieces of bacon,
that's delicious.
go toothpick, broil in the oven, baste it once, let it broil again, get it crispy, and then baste it one more time, serve it up.
Beautiful.
Cheers,
Yeah,
man.
did yourself, Justin.
Yeah,
Thank
too easy for a game day. You know,
So this beer also, first of all, it's great.
Thank you.
And I love an oatmeal stout. For whatever reason, late morning, brunch, lunch.
Oh yeah.
Oatmeal stout's great. Now, this is a great beer to pair with a cigar too.
Cigar, dessert,
Dessert,
a lot of good stuff.
some kind of amazing chocolate pie.
Yeah, definitely chocolate. Roasty, sitting by the campfire. I mean,
Yeah.
you can pair this beer with a lot of things.
How long have y'all had this beer out?
About the same thing. I know Zach's had this in the rotation since about year 1, year 2. Yeah, it's one of our pride and joys, especially
This beer is
during
amazing.
during this time period. Just wait till you get to the nightmare.
So I can drink this anytime, but
Yes, sir.
October through March, this beer is amazing.
It hits a little bit different when it's 20 degrees outside.
Wow.
Just a little bit. For some reason, I don't know why.
And then, of course, you can pair it with the ribeye. Oh, we don't have a lot of time. Okay, let's do the last one, Jack Bourgeois.
One more. All right. Again,
I need
appreciate
to get
you
my
guys
phone.
having
I
me
don't
in.
know what's going on. Jack's got me like beer, food. What do we got? Ooh, only a minute.
All right,
It's a
we'll make
lifetime.
this quick. I decided to bring you guys. You guys treat us so well, so we want to do the same. This is our barrel-aged imperial stout called Nightmare.
Nightmare.
Nightmare. So, on the nose, it is pure whiskey. I mean, it's pure bourbon barrel. Is what you get from it, and you would think it's going to be hot on the back end, and it's smooth as it can be.
Oh, that's wow. Okay. This is seasonal.
It's an in-house only beer.
In-house in
in-house
Key City
only,
in
yeah,
Vicksburg
yeah.
at the restaurant
And so
bar.
they're limited cans right now, but it's gonna be on draft for quite a while.
All right. Hey, cheers, buddy.
Cheers, man. Thank you guys for
Jack
having me in.
Bourgeois,
Appreciate it.
Key City Beer. Look for it at grocery stores, supermarkets, beer stores. Key City Beer, Vicksburg, Mississippi. Thanks to Jack Bourgeois for coming in studio. We'll see y'all tomorrow.